Gosh, guys, I'll tell you what, you've seen me shoot a lot of big bore revolvers on this channel, including 454 Casull, 460 Smith & Wesson, 500 Smith & Wesson, and many more. This little 44 Magnum is the most painful gun as far as recoil goes on my hands that I have ever shot. Hello guys and gals, Buffalo here. Welcome back to the range. Today we're taking a look at the Smith & Wesson 329 PD. This is a 6-shot 44 Magnum chambered revolver. Of course, you can also shoot 44 special in it. It's an in-frame revolver that's equivalent to a large frame revolver for Smith & Wesson. But what makes this gun so special is it's an airlight. It's a 44 Magnum airlight revolver. It has an advertised weight of only 26.3 ounces unloaded. Now my scale shows it under 26 ounces. That's pretty amazing for a 4.13 inch barreled 44 Magnum revolver. For example, a 4-inch barreled Model 629, which is the stainless steel version of this gun, comes in at about 43 ounces. Think about that for a minute. That makes this thing incredibly light for what it is. Without a doubt, this has more power per ounce than any revolver that I've ever shot. So how did they keep it this light? Well, it has a titanium cylinder and a scandium alloy frame. That frame does have a stainless steel blast shield there to help mitigate any flame cutting that may occur from your hotter 44 Magnum loads. It does have a stainless steel barrel, and of course it does have some steel parts, but the scandium frame and titanium cylinder is how they keep the weight so light on this thing. Has a high-vis fiber optic front sight, very nice front sight. A V-notch rear sight that is adjustable for windage and for elevation. I did have to adjust that sight right out of the box. It was shooting about 4 inches right at 20 yards. So I turned it counterclockwise a little and brought my point of impact over to the left. It seems to be pretty much right on now. Now this is a double action revolver, but of course you can also thumb cock it and shoot it single action. And of course those were, if you didn't notice, some 44 special rounds. They were a mixed bag, some more powerful than others. A few of those were some very light cowboy loads. These hardwood grips that come on this revolver are beautiful grips. They're very handsome to look at. Got some nice texturing. You got your Smith & Wesson logo on both sides. Just very nice grips, but they're very thin. They don't give you much to hold on to. They don't fill my hand up, and they don't give you any protection from this back strap. So they do include this synthetic grip in the box with the revolver, and I'm going to put this on there and we'll get back to shooting those heavier loads. Got a little story to tell you guys first. About 2 weeks ago, I used this revolver to post a Wheel Gun Wednesday YouTube short video. I post those little short videos each Wednesday for Wheel Gun Wednesday. And I used this revolver and it really beat my hand up. I shot some full house loads in it, some buffalo bore 305 grain, and it really dug into my thumb. You can see that's been 2 weeks ago and it is still bruised right there. So I'll run that little short video in here that I had posted, and I'll let you guys see that, and I'll have a picture of my hand in there right after I made that video. And while I'm rolling that in, I'm going to go ahead and swap this grip out to this synthetic grip, and I'll shoot some more full house loads in it and see if I can tell any difference with this grip on here. I believe it'll help. I'm going to load it up with some buffalo bore 305 grain hard cast. Looks like we got some sody pops here on the range. Let's try one double action. Gosh, that recoil's stout. Let's go single action. Single action, one-handed. Okay, I got one round left. I picked that brick back up. Let's try to turn that brick into dust. Oh man, that's got some sharp recoil. Ultralight 44 Magnum and buffalo bore ammunition. Probably not the brightest idea I've ever had. Man, it is driving this hump right back into my thumb. Look at that. So here it is with that synthetic grip installed. That's going to be much more comfortable to shoot. Adds a little bit of thickness and a little bit of weight to the gun over that wood grip. So, you know, depending on your purposes, you may want to carry with that wood grip, but definitely going to be much more comfortable to shoot with this rubber grip. You can see it has a lot more padding around that back strap, and that's what messed my thumb up, was the back strap. That wasn't from the hammer. That was from that back strap bludgeoning my thumb with each shot. So let's load her up and see how it handles now. All right, so here it goes. I've got it loaded back up with the 305 grain buffalo bore. And let's see if this feels any better. Don't shoot this thing if you've been working for years at the range trying to eliminate a flinch problem, because this thing will perform a factory reset on you, I'm telling you. Wow, it is better, but it is still ferocious. Uh-oh, the old buffalo bore sticks a little bit. I've got some CCI rat shot here, or some people call it snake shot. It's a 1/3 ounce of number 9 pellets in that little blue capsule there. I'm going to toss up a few clay pigeons and see if I can hit them out of this revolver. All right, let's give this a try. Got too big for my britches there and tried to double, missed both of them. And being an air-light revolver, it would make a good trail gun for snakes and stuff like that, especially if you're trying to keep weight down, horseback riding, or going on long hikes or something like that. That's why I wanted to include this snake shot bit with it. I'm going to shoot a cylinder full of my reloads through this revolver. These are full house reloads. They're no joke. There's not going to be much recoil difference between these and the buffalo bore I just shot, but I wanted to test these out. And if you're going to reload for a 44 Magnum this light like this, you better have a good crimp on those bullets, because the recoil is so sharp, these bullets will actually jump crimp on you and jam your revolver up. You don't want that to happen. I am beating the crap out of that target. I know I'm going to get called a wimp in the comment section, but man, my hand's hurting. Oh, I missed that one. Starting to flinch, I'm sure. See if those come out of there. Oh, yeah. So this trigger is pretty standard run-of-the-mill Smith Wesson stuff these days. The double action is long and heavy. It's going to be over 12 pounds because I've got a 12-pound Lyman scale here, and if I try to pull that trigger with it, I just get it registered as over. So it's probably a 13, 14 pound trigger, just guessing. We can do the single action pull. I'll give you a reading on that. 4 pounds, 15.9 ounces. All right, I'm going to bring this video to a close before I develop a flinch that I won't be able to fix. I want to thank Dave for sending this over. He picked this up brand new, sent it over here, allowed me to take the first shots with it and make this video with it. So thank you, man. I always appreciate stuff like that. This is a specialty revolver. It's obviously not a range gun. This is not something that I would recommend anybody who's getting into big bore revolvers to buy and get out and spend a lot of time at the range with. It's just not that type of gun. You'd be much better off, if you're wanting a Smith Wesson 44 Magnum, you'd be much better off with a 629 for that kind of purpose. And for most other purposes, for hunting and stuff like that, you would also be better off. But this is for having a gun with you that's as light as possible, but still bear stopping capable, if you know what I mean. I mean, the 44 Magnum is a proven bear stopper, and to have it in a package this light, you know, to me, that's what this is for. So it's not something you're going to get out every weekend and shoot, or even probably once a month and shoot. It's for something for you to, just to shoot every now and then, make sure your sights are on and stuff like that, but mainly just to have with you. It sounds funny, but it's more of a carrying gun than a shooting gun. But that's about all I've got. I have set up, I've gotten a ton of requests for t-shirts and stuff like that, and I've been doing YouTube for over 11 years now, and I just never did want to set nothing like that up. It just wasn't something I wanted to get into, but enough people have asked that I finally did it. It's linked in the description below this video, or just below this video, or you can go to the store tab on my homepage here on YouTube and click on that, and you'll see it's still in development, but you'll see some t-shirts and coffee mugs and things like that. And if you buy those, it does kick some money back to my channel. So you know, it is what it is. If you're interested in that stuff, it's there now. Like I say, I've gotten a ton of requests to do that, and I finally did it. So it's on there. But that's all I got. You guys remember, if anybody asks you to give up a little of your freedom for the greater good, that freedom is the greater good. And I'll talk at y'all again soon.